Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya and Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we'll be talking something very important, and this video is like making a whole lot of sense because this man went out. This man actually went ahead to explain how Europeans are always looking for a way to invade and all that. Like, all they just have to do is just to show up. And they are the only group of people in America that has not been prohibited from entering American, and the rest of it. And then they are so quick to tell Black people, to tell them to, like, if you do not like how America is treating you, you can go back to where you come from and all that. But they have entered almost every, it's so easy. Like, you all remember what happened in Ukraine and all that. Like, straight up, immediately, US opened their door and all that for them, and they were able to like come over and all that, not just only America and some other countries. So it's so easy for them to come in, without even any, there has never been an illegal way for them to like come into a place. It's always like illegal and all that. And then you see them when they come in, they will start telling you that we need our own space, because I see some of them, what happened in UK, where they said that there are too many Black people that they allow into a space are not the ones complaining that there are too many Black people and other people of color, like they would not like to stay in the same space. You know what? Let's get into this video.
Every time I try to record this, it pisses me off. Europeans have never not been able to enter this country. So when you say come the right way like my ancestors did, there was no wrong way for them. All they had to do was fucking show up. They're the only group of people in America who have never been prohibited from entering this country. Except, of course, the fucking Africans they trafficked with them as property. Every single piece of immigration legislation that has been passed since the very first one, the Naturalization Act in 1790, has prohibited non-whites from entering America. There's literally, legally, never been a wrong way for Europeans to immigrate to America. They have always been legally allowed to. It has never been illegal on any measure at any time for any Europeans to enter America. The Naturalization Act actually says white people. Telling somebody to immigrate legally like your ancestors did when it was never illegal for them is kind of fucked up, don't you think? Like, it's the whole fucking point. It was never illegal for them. Every time I try to record this, it pisses me off. Europeans have never not been able to enter this country.
My brother, I am for you, because I could give you a good prominent example. When the Ukrainians were going through their situation, what happened? United States opened up the door for them. Gave them all the passage, all the Medicaid, all the food stamps, the public housing, everything. And they came in ships, they came in airplane, they came in everything. When the Haitians came here, Biden administration and even the Trump administration too, because they both played the same role, they load them up in a plane and send them right back to Haiti. Okay? And remind you, if I go back into history, which I said again, the Haitians helped United States of America to get their independence. If it wasn't for them, y'all wouldn't have Mississippi. And I mean their comeback of fighting, okay? And Louisiana, all right? And even Texas too, all right? Look at your history. They turned around and took the modern Haitians in the 21st century and loaded them right back into the plane. So whatever, if anybody was in danger, that person would have came towards them. Okay, and Biden administration slowly put them back inside their country. And remind you, their prime minister was assassinated. We don't know who, we don't know how, we don't know why. Okay, they said they had an active leader. Now the gangs have took over Haiti. Let's go back in the Bill Clinton administration. They robbed the people from the rice program and ate up their natural resources. Okay, do I say more? Nobody helped the Haitians. Every time the prime minister come, they have a different prime minister to replace him. All right? But when people from Africa was going through their problems, especially in apartheid time, United States did? They turned around and supported the people them in apartheid. Ask Nelson and Winnie Mandela. And dead man don't tell no tales. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. There's a God in heaven, and all of these so-called presidents and all these leaders, they're gonna have a lot to say to God. Okay, they got away with murder, but let me tell you something. The pearly gates is only open for people with sanctity and can convince themselves. Ask Ronald Reagan, where is he now? Okay, or if you look at all the times when Europeans, Anglo-Saxons came here for free, okay, and they give them all the benefits. So what about what about the people who are black? All right, they gave Asian people the pass, but guess what? They turned around and alienated the people there. Look in 1871, when they gave the passage to the Asians in California to build their roads. You know what they did to the people there? That's why they had to come up with their own gang, and they had to come up with their own people to fight. Because guess what? They hired the same foot patrol police officers, and they turned around and tried to slaughter the people there. Okay, and that's not the first time they had done it. I remember there was a time when they had the Asians, farmers coming here to America, and they gave them the passage to get the farmland only because they wanted to intimidate the black Americans that was living here. You could not own the land, but people who are foreigners could have owned the land, and the government gave them aid. Okay? And meanwhile, what had happened? They wipe out the Asians after, some of them, they wipe out the Asians after they did all the natural resources in agriculture. Yes, you got to say to yourself, when you look at this country and you see the type of way of the dynamic of racism that they have done to people in black and brown, especially to the people of black America, and even people who are black foreigners, they treat them bad, but the only difference is we do not stick together. We're the same people will throw salt on each other. And meanwhile, with all the chaos and confusion is about, meanwhile, they're sitting there weeping up all the stuff that we had worked and fought for. Yes. This is the reason why they want to get rid of TikTok, because we've been opening up and voicing our opinions. People all around the world are seeing how the way we are talking. Look what they're doing now. That's why when I get so mad when I see all you black leaders sitting there trying to kiss the ring when the ring should not be kissed. Because if God came on this earth right now and he turned around and said it's judgment time for all of y'all, y'all wouldn't even know if it was him. Y'all would have still believed the demigods that you sit there and worship on. But like this commentator said, the reason why there was an open passage for them, because they believe that they should be here. Okay? And they're the first ones to tell us that's native in this country, we need to go back to Africa. So I can turn around and say that to them that y'all need to go back to Europe, because this was not your land, this was not your daddy's land, and it sure hells wasn't mine either. You understand? But at the end of the day, they will give them progression while we have to fight for our progression. And when we get our progression, they have to ask us questions with the who and the how we got it. And I always tell them, well, God bless, no man shall curse.
So this is all I got from this, and trust me, this young man really has a lot of, like, he made so much sense. And look at, like, you all can see everything going on. So far, I have never heard that probably a black country or somewhere, like, having problem, and you see the Europeans open their border for them, probably the ship, the plane, the road, and all that for them. But it is so quick. They are so quick. Excuse me. They are so quick, very quick to open up their doors to Europeans and all of that. Now that reminds me, there is a video that I saw about Ukrainians in Sri Lanka, right? Throwing party and said, like, like they have, like, trying to have all white space. Like, how do you people leave your own country because, like, something was happening to you? It was not a good time for you in your country, and you left your country because there was a war and all that, and you went to another person's country. The people that actually accommodated you opened their door for you all to come in, and you all came in, and you all are trying to seclude them, like, they are trying to seclude them from some certain things and all that. And I think that is really horribly wrong. And if you look at everything, you can see that, like, it's always amazing how the Europeans also are so quick to tell you that to go back to your own country, like, that's how they always. how they always tell black people, you can, if you think United States is not serving you great, you can go back to your own country and all that. So there was no wrong, it's true. There is, or there was never a wrong way for them. There is always a way they penetrate, not just only in other, even in Africa. They always look for a way to penetrate into some spaces and all that, and also look for a way to make it theirs, or make it look like it's all, like, make it look like we own here when it is not, in like when it is not theirs and all that. So yeah, absolutely, they and if you all look around, you see what is going on in Haiti and some other countries and all that, that actually needs help. There are so many countries that needs help, that suicide is going on in their country, that United States and the Europeans would rather look away from helping them. But they are, like, the most quickest people to open doors for Europeans. And I think, this is really a very big, I don't know if it's a lesson or something to reflect on. And I don't know, but I really hope that Africans wake up someday, because we really do need to tighten our spaces and try as much as we can to be there for one another, because that unity, that we are lacking unity. I don't know how to explain, but that is the thing that I keep hammering on recently. Unity is what we are lacking, and we need intellectuals, intelligent leaders that will understand that if we are going to make this, if we are going to push further, if we are going to improve in so many areas of our lives and all that, we need to come together as Africa, as one, and fight so many things. Because the fact that as some leaders are for the Westerner, you see how all these are really affecting us at this very moment. When they open their doors for Westerners, the Westerners come in, they take away what they want to take away and fly back and all that. All these are the things we need to stop. That's why I am praying for great leaders for Africa, people that will open their eyes to understand that we deserve better. They have been milking us from the onset to this very moment, still making on us. It's really amazing how some people really do not understand how powerful Africans are. Africa is a continent, and people do not understand how powerful each country is, right? And how the Westerners are surviving off us to this very moment. Like I keep saying, there was a video that since we met them, where are we? We are still like in the same place, running around circle, are we talking about our cocoa, our ore, our gold, our timber? What is it? Are we not our oil that they are not taking from us and leaving us all stranded? And they are using all that money to develop their own countries. And then when they see black people trying to migrate to Europe, and they start talking and telling us to go back. See, we are going back to take what belongs to us, because all the development you all have, it's coming from us.